Okay, everybody, can anybody guess where we are? You might see a few clues, or at least one, right now.
So exciting!
Here we go, 8360.
Gotta film that.
Pretty standard. Hey, after a few cruises, this is the first time that we've had one of these bunny towels made for us. But who can guess where we are at right now? If you said Port Everglades in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, you are correct. So we decided to grab a quick bite at the local fresh before sail away.
Sometimes you gotta just have horchata. They don't have horchata, but that's okay. We're aboard the Freedom of the Seas, and we're going to be spending the next 6 nights in Western Caribbean. We're going to be making stops in Nassau, Bahamas, Jamaica, and where else are we going? Oh, we're going to the Grand Cayman. We were originally going to stop at Labadee, Haiti, but because of some things that are going on down there, we're going to be going to the Grand Caymans instead.
As we set away, I'm reminded of how much this event is a lot like life. That as we glide away from the safe place or our comfort zones that keep us anchored in the familiar, this journey is like real transformation, and it begins when we step away from the safe harbor and open ourselves to open horizons and open seas. And we go to places that we're uncomfortable in. And in this journey, we're about to step into some things that are going to stretch us and challenge us. But that's where personal transformation begins. Chops Grill, probably our favorite of the premium restaurants. First time we ate at Chops Grill was aboard Wonder of the Seas, and we're looking for it tonight. Well, because we were so tired, we decided to turn in for the evening. So we just sat on our balcony and watched cruise ships. Not sure if this is a Carnival cruise ship or a Disney ship. Hey, so good morning, everybody. We're here in Nassau, Bahamas. Right now we are in our zone, and this is where people gather to their respective zones depending on the excursions that they selected. So we chose to visit Atlantis, and so we are going to be waiting for our shuttle to go out to Atlantis, and incredible resort hotel, and I believe there's another one that's in Dubai. But so we're excited about getting out there. For the longest time, probably about when it first opened up, we wanted to visit it. So now here's the opportunity for us to do that. And so we're excited. By the way, behind me is the Freedom of the Seas. Not the biggest ship. It is considered a large ship, but definitely not the largest one. But we are absolutely enjoying it. And so I'm going to hop into our zone group so we can get out of here. And so looking forward to sharing the fun activities at Atlantis. Come along. Well, here, everybody. Boy, what a day! It was a lot of fun today, and today we just spent time in the rapid rivers there at Atlantis in Nassau. Pretty warm day, some humidity, and a lot of walking that we had to do, and so which was fine. Always good to walk, but glad to have made it back on the ship, and we spent some time in the hot tub to just kind of loosen the muscles, and so now we are headed to Izumi's Hibachi to enjoy a nice hibachi dinner, and so we're looking forward to that. And then I think maybe we may hit the ice skating show, so we'll be looking forward to that as well. And so let's go check it out. Good morning, everybody. It's day 3 and it's a sea day. You know, at the end of this video, I'm going to share a few thoughts about yesterday while we were at Atlantis and about not filming last night's dinner and ice skate show. So for our sea day, we just enjoyed a relaxing day with a nice breakfast at Windjammers, a fun lunch at Playmakers, watched an art auction, enjoyed the view of the sea from our balcony, and we learned that in May 2006, the Freedom of the Seas once held the world record for the largest passenger liner in the world. And then we enjoyed an amazing dinner at one of our favorite Royal Caribbean restaurants, Giovanni's. Yesterday, during day 2, was a lesson we didn't expect. I forgot a key part of my GoPro camera, so none of our Atlantis water adventures were filmed. To be transparent, this frustrated me. Then later, we skipped filming our hibachi dinner and the ice show. Honestly, we were tired, and we just wanted to be there, fully present. I love capturing life with a camera. Here's a mindset shift even I had to make. Not every moment needs to be captured on video. Some moments are simply meant to be felt. You don't need proof you lived it. You need presence. Live life first through the lens of your eyes, not the lens of your camera. And that's where I had to discover real freedom for myself. Well, good morning, everybody. We're here with day 4, and we are just pulling into Falmouth, Jamaica. So we're excited. We're ready to get going. Today we're going to be inner tubing, and we're going to be checking out Dunn's River Falls. And so look forward to that. Looking forward to capturing some pretty good shots of us doing whatever they're going to have us do out there. We know definitely in inner tubing what that's going to entail. Excuse me, a little tongue tied here. I think it's breakfast time, but we're about to take off and grab some breakfast, and then we're going to meet with our group at the Royal Theater, and then head on out. And so come along. It's going to be fun. By the way, do you remember in day 2 when I had talked about not having a piece of my GoPro that would allow me to go into water? Well, I was able to correct or fix the situation, and guess what? I can take my GoPro into the water now. Isn't it interesting how just things most times will just work itself out?
Oh, I'm so excited because it's been so hot. Now there's a nice breeze. We're about to get in the cool water. Excited.
All right, let's do this. We're about to jump into Dunn's River for some tubing, inner tubing. It's going to be fun. So apparently this is going to be some serious inner tubing. It's got the helmet, the life vest. Yeah, so this is going to be fun. Let's do this.
And after our fun and refreshing inner tubing excursion, we make our way to Dunn's River Falls for what is about to be our most challenging excursion ever.
He said, you gotta take one for the team. I go, what? What are you talking about? What does that mean? Oh, that was cold. What do you think?
This is fun.
Hold their glasses. Hold their glasses. All right.
Grab my hand. Grab my wrist. No, grab my wrist.
Some climbs aren't about the summit. They're about who you become on the way up. Dunn's River Falls, Jamaica, 180 feet high and 600 feet long of rushing, unrelenting stone and water. It doesn't care who you are. It doesn't care how strong you think you are. It only asks one question: how bad do you want this? We didn't come here for a stroll or a walk in the park. We came to climb. Together, step by step, hand in hand. The rocks were slick, the climb was steep, and our legs burned, begging for mercy. Our breath was short.
What do you think?
Well, I'm gassed.
Very tiring.
Workout. But fun.
But we pressed on, not because it was easy, but because we promised each other we wouldn't stop. We always refused to quit, and we didn't plan to start today. Not here, not now, not ever. There's something sacred in the struggle. The pain and exhaustion humbles you. It's the pressure that prepares you. It's the climb that clears the noise from your head and leaves only one voice. Keep going. And then it happened. Michelle fell. Hard. The kind of fall that shakes a person's will. Michelle could have decided to quit. Nobody would have blamed her. But in that moment, something rose in her. Not in her legs, not in her back, but in her heart. That fire, that resilience, that quiet whisper from deep inside. Get up. And she did it. She stood, drenched in courage, anchored in love, fueled by something no fall could take, the decision to finish what we started. And we reached the top, not just of the falls, but of something higher. A truth some never touch, that victory isn't found at the summit. It's found in every moment you choose to keep climbing, with everything in you begged to quit. Life will knock you down, hard, but if you can rise, soaked, exhausted, and smiling, you'll know this: the climb was always worth it. Once again, we were not beaten. Hey everybody, so we are here at Reggae Hill for our stop for a bite. Actually, I don't remember this being scheduled or as part of the excursion was a stop for a bite to eat, but I'm okay with it. Let me show you real quick what it looks like. So pretty laid back, just like as most things in Jamaica seem to be, but we are going to be trying out some of the local dishes here, like I said, as part of the excursion. So I think it is. So yeah, kind of a interesting place, but I think we're gonna enjoy it.
What a day. What a day. It's been challenging at times, but also we overcame those challenges and really enjoyed the river float, Dunn's Falls, climbing it, and then just having a jerk chicken lunch here at Reggae Hill. Great way to end the excursion.
Yeah, when they say Dunn's River Falls is strenuous on the excursion list and details, it's strenuous.
Yeah,
so,
they're not lying, it's strenuous.
Yeah, so we overcame and had a lot of fun, so I hope you enjoy that part of the video. And so, like Michelle said, we just had a jerk chicken lunch with some rice and coleslaw, and it was really good. Boy, I could have had a lot more jerk chicken, but they give you just a little portion. Yeah. And so now we're just kind of waiting for our group to muster and hop on the bus and head back to the ship, where we're going to just relax and maybe take in a couple of shows this evening, maybe a little hot tub, and then get ready for Grand Caymans tomorrow, where we will snorkel with the stingrays. So we're looking forward to that.
Yeah.
So we'll see you back on the ship. Resilience isn't loud. It doesn't always look brave. Sometimes it looks like shaking legs, scraped hands, and one more step when everything in you says stop. At Dunn's River Falls, we face the kind of challenge that strips you down. Not just physically, but mentally. You meet your fear, you meet your limits, and then you decide they don't get the final word. We didn't climb because we were strong. We became strong because we climbed. Resilience isn't something you're born with. It's something you build. In the climb, in the fall, and in the rising. And if you're willing to rise one more time than you fall, you've already won. Well, good morning, everybody. So we are here in the Royal Theater, and we are waiting to catch our tender to our next excursion, which is snorkeling at the reef and snorkeling with the stingrays. So really looking forward to that, and I believe there's also a third stop, which is a what's that place that we're eating at? The Tuca Restaurant Caribbean lunch. So looking forward to that. Sounds like that's a great way to end two snorkeling stops or events, and so looking forward to that. Again, we're here in the we're in the Royal Theater. We haven't had a chance to watch a show in here yet, but we're going to make sure that we catch one before we leave. So anyways, let's go do this. By the way, the reason we're in the Royal Theater is because we all muster here with our respective excursion groups, and then we debark the ship to our excursion stations. Georgetown, Grand Caymans, the capital of the Cayman Islands and one of the most popular cruise ship destinations in the Caribbean. Georgetown, named after King George III, has a population of nearly 41,000 as of 2022. It is the largest populated city in all of the British overseas territories. Because cruise ships do not dock here, we take a tender to the location where we will connect with our excursion group.
You want to go first? Right.
Once you get on the boat, make a circle right around me, please. I'm going to be in the middle right here. I'm going to stand right in the middle right here. Make a circle right around me. Make a circle, guys. Just waiting for the rest of the guys to get off the boat, okay?
Oh, look at it. Oh, cute.
That was fun, wasn't it? It's a lot of fun.
That was a lot of fun, and again, the stingrays are amazing. They're so soft, they're so friendly, and as long as you just stand still when they flip by or they come up and touch you, you're fine. So absolutely and bucket list for me because I always wanted to come to Grand Cayman, and now with the stingrays, so fun.
A lot of fun. Now we're going snorkeling. Let's go check out the snorkeling at the reef.
Looking forward to that.
Here in the Grand Cayman, the water isn't just clear, it's liquid glass. The kind of blue that makes you wonder if someone photoshopped the Caribbean. We all geared up for snorkeling. Masks, snorkels, flotation devices, anticipation, and a good number of GoPros. Now, full disclosure, we didn't see sea turtles, no stingrays at this location, not even a cameo from Nemo. But what we did see was peace. You don't always need a school of fish to have a schooling in beauty. You drop your face into this water and the noise of the world fades. There's no stress under here, no deadlines, just beauty and the steady rhythm of your heartbeat reminding you you're alive. Of course, it would be nice to see sea life, but that's the beauty of it. Sometimes the magic isn't in what you find, it's in what you feel. It's the childlike wonder of the moment in the open Caribbean Sea. The reminder that life doesn't always need to be loud or full to be rich. So no, we didn't find sea life, but we did find laughter, we found wonder. When we found out that even without fish, the experience was beautiful, energizing, and unforgettable. After snorkeling, we were feeling exhausted, but absolutely thrilled and content. So we headed for Tuca Restaurant and Bobo's Bar in Morgan's Harbor in West Bay. Stopping for a meal at Tuca Restaurant reminded me of the days when I would scuba dive and we would stop for that wonderful meal after a couple of good dives. We grabbed a quick bite to eat, rice, vegetables, and of course jerk chicken. We've come to love jerk chicken. We board our bus and head back to Georgetown, where we get back on our tender and we head back to the ship. Well, hey everybody, we made it back, pretty worn out, exhausting day. There was, we just had a lot of fun, some great experiences, first time ever experiences. Michelle and I were going to grab a bite and maybe catch a show or catch a, maybe a performance, music performance. And so we'll see, just kind of play it by ear. Tomorrow's going to be sea day, so we're just really going to take the opportunity to relax and maybe visit the hot tub and just try not to be overly active tomorrow, and we'll be back in Fort Lauderdale on Saturday. So hope you're really enjoying the video, enjoying especially the parts with the stingrays, and like I said, that's probably our favorite part. So on that, we're gonna grab a bite and we'll catch you soon. Dinner view, what do you think?
Oh, beautiful.
Right off the very back with the Grand Caymans in the background. So we're just going to enjoy a nice little dinner, relax, nothing formal. Hello everybody. So we are here on the final full day of our cruise, and it is a sea day, so no excursions, and so we will be getting into Fort Lauderdale tomorrow, probably about 6 a.m. Let's just take the rest of the day and relax, and we'll show a few things around the ship that maybe we haven't shown before. Every Royal Caribbean ship does a fallen soldiers table to recognize those who made the ultimate sacrifice. They also recognize U.S. veterans present on the cruise ship. As a Marine Corps veteran, I got the privilege of joining my fellow veterans for recognition. Michelle and I decided we're going to do our final dinner at the main dining room. Some moments taste like celebration. Tonight was one of them. A perfect cut of filet mignon, buttered drip lobster, and the unmistakable feeling that you're exactly where you're supposed to be. As Michelle and I enjoyed every bite, the table next to us lit up with joy. The little guy celebrating his birthday, he didn't stop smiling once, and for a moment, we were all part of the party. And that's the amazing part of cruising. Strangers become neighbors, and dinner becomes a memory. And just when we thought the night was winding down, the crew turned the dining room into a dance floor. Napkins flew, plates cleared, and the staff that had served us with excellence brought us into their joy. They didn't just serve dinner, they served connection. They reminded us that celebration doesn't need a reason. Sometimes it just needs a beat. We capped the night where laughter is the only language you need. The Royal Theater. The comedian brought the house down, and for 40 straight minutes, we didn't think about schedules, emails, or anything back home. Just the kind of deep belly laughs that remind you how good it feels to let go. The truth is, it wasn't just a cruise. It was restoration. It was renewal. And it was a night, like so many on this trip, that we will never forget. "6 days. That's all it was. But in 6 days, we faced challenges, unexpected frustrations, and moments where things didn't go as planned. And yet, we also laughed hard. We danced freely, we felt awe in the water, and warmth in every shared meal, every sunset, every small, quiet moment we almost missed. There was a time for 444 days when we were homeless, living in our van, and for a good part of it, that van didn't even run. The first 4 months felt like drowning in hopelessness. There were days I didn't think I'd make it to the next. And cruising, that wasn't even a dream. It felt like another life, one we'd never touch. But in that season, we discovered something sacred. How to be present. How to catch the moments that matter. How to live each day with clarity on what truly counts. Because you might not be given another day. And sometimes it's easy to forget those lessons when you're on vacation, or even just doing life from day to day. By the end of the 6 days on the Freedom of the Seas, we were reminded it's not the perfect itinerary that makes a trip unforgettable. It's presence, it's connection, it's joy found in the real, raw, unfiltered moments. And maybe that's the deeper journey, to get away just long enough to remember what matters most. We cruised aboard the Freedom of the Seas, and somewhere out here, we discovered the freedom we'd forgotten. The freedom to slow down, the freedom to be grateful, and the freedom to live fully. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing to our channel, and consider following us on our socials. And our coaching website can be found below.